It's not one of those days where I didn't expect to do anything, shoot a video or nothing like that. I just kind of went for a ride. Again, I'm using my cell phone and it's a bit windy, so the audio might not be great. It's October 4th, and this is the coast of Lake Huron, sort of in the middle of it. Yeah, and it's 27 degrees, which is crazy. And obviously, because I wasn't planning on shooting a video, I don't have a cigar. I did smoke a cigar on the way up, but it's one of those things. I know that's kind of what this channel is, and sometimes I cover spirits and such. But what I found is, at least this warm season, I haven't smoked that many cigars. I haven't, just kind of not smoked a bunch. Some of it is because, the cost of cigars is a bit insane, and I've got some other things I'm working towards right now. But what I've found is going from like maybe 2 or 3 cigars a week to maybe like 2 a month. A cigar is a lot more enjoyable when you haven't had one for a long time. It's one of those things about, you call it luxury hobbies or whatever. Like a nice whiskey too. I think I've had 2 drams in the whole month of August. Maybe 1 in September. And yeah, that's about it. And again, not for too many reasons. Even with the price of things, it's not not out of the budget for me. It's just a matter of, I'm not going to say I wasn't feeling it. I just kind of didn't do it. Been pretty busy. Been staying involved. One of the things though I keep doing on these little road trips is like on the side I try to be like a videographer and stuff. I try to help a friend of mine record like live music and bands and stuff like that. So I have some pretty okay cameras. And on days like today, like I literally always leave them home. And then I'm looking around and I'm like, yeah, it would have helped to have one of my nicer cameras here today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually flip this around and show you what I'm looking at. I mean, it's really hard to beat that. I've got this weird situation that my sunglasses are polarized, so when I turn my cell phone on the side, I can't really see the image, so I got to take the sunglasses off to film. Kind of weird. There's a marina way over there. Probably hardly see it. That building is a series of condos, and because it's early October, and it's rarely ever this warm early October, it's like vacant up here. A lot of these places don't get, like a lot of the homes on the waterfront are owned and rented out to vacationers, and by this time of year they're just often not really coming out here because for one reason or other they assume, well, school's back in, right? So like a lot of families are just doing that situation. But it is pretty out here. I should show you what I'm sitting on. There's this picnic bench, and part of it's buried in the sand. It was probably up at the park, and some young hooligans probably dragged it down here and left it here. But it makes for a nice place to just sit and enjoy. See if we get it. Yeah, there we go. Sit and enjoy the scenery. I'm probably actually going to use this as a little place to lay down for a few minutes while I enjoy the sounds, because it is like desolate out here. Like the last time I did one of these videos, that was a almost secret location. In fact, I was out there a while ago at a friend of a friend's place playing some music, and one of the locals had said, I told him, oh, this is quite the little secret, and his response was like, don't tell anyone because we want to keep it that way. And so I won't tell anyone. There's just so much. And all of this is like about an hour from where I live to an hour and a half. Although I'm going to move closer to here eventually, so I'm right in one of these towns on the water, but you know, time will also tell when and how that story sort of falls into place. My beverage of choice today happens to be water because it's 27 degrees and I'm wearing a black shirt. So yeah, I did just want to shoot a video for just for fun because, like, I don't know, for the most part I do these videos just to share the experience with people. Sometimes it's out of boredom, mostly it's like, look at this, there's no one here. Like, when do you get that in your life? Like, I live in Ontario. All this is maybe less than 2 or 3 hours from, less than 2 or 3 hours from Toronto, right? And, you know, Toronto has like 8 million people, so you'd think places like this would just get absolutely swamped, but it's just enough out of the way that it stays pretty reasonable, even in the busiest seasons. I have seen these roads with cars parked all the way up them. Usually that's when there's an event. Every year they put on a fireworks display. We have a nuclear power plant in this area, and so they do a communication appreciation thing, and they tend to do a fireworks show, and that tends to have a lot of people come out, but that's also usually one of the long weekends. I will say, I don't have a cigar today, but what I've been enjoying is these things called Pueblos from my local tobacconist. And basically it's their own house blend, and they do some Dominican stuff, Nicaraguan stuff, and the flavor profiles come close to like Hoya de Nicaragua, Rosalones, stuff like that, and they come in at about like $6 less than comparable cigars. So that's been my thing lately, kind of keeping in the budget and staying away from the super high-end cigars. I have started to kind of realize that in many cases there are particular cigars that are really, really expensive, mostly Cuban, and when the reality of it is there's a bit of a diminishing return on that type of a cigar. Now, part of it is the inflated price of Cuban cigars. To be fair, I prefer Nicaraguan anyways, but the newest things I've been into have been these Dominican Republic cigars, and the brand's called Pueblo. I might be able to put a still shot in of one here. And you know, when I'm on the good old Arista Chicos for a budget cigar. What else? Alec Bradley Senoritas. Yeah, those are pretty good. Yeah, trying to do a little quicker smoke too, just because of time constraints and stuff like that. Man, it really is beautiful here. It's insane. Like, this is the beach. It is like a stone beach down to the water, and then like in front of me is all this greenery. Over there you can see the semblance of a park, the semblance of a marina and some condos, but other than that, it really feels like you're kind of just, at least when nobody's here like today, feels like you're kind of in your own little piece of, let's call it heaven on earth. Ooh, that sun is right in my eyes. Anyway, I don't have that much more to say, so I'll just, guess I'll sign it off and say, keep it a hobby, not a habit. Take the time to take her easy, and, you know, it's worth winning even when you're losing. Cheers.